Time to light some fires. This is another Dragon Barrows Nerdsville. Now, this time we are going to light some fires on some new and improved, in my books, horror or thriller movie Tortures and Deaths. I actually got this idea from a Rebel Media post where they were saying that 10 reasons why kids are stupid and that, and one of the things that can't, one of the well, so one of the things that, one of the words that was mentioned, I literally went, whoa, how am I, what can I do with this? And this is what I'm doing with it. And in true honor, unfortunately I have nothing red to cover my lighting effect, nor have I got anything clear and red to cover here. But in honor of this here video, I shall do this. I know it's a bit, I know it's from Naruto, but yeah, in this case, who gives a crap? One of the things I will, let's just, yeah, sequel is impressive. As I was saying, the first thing I would love to see is a cyclosaur. Method: torture and murder. The device is built from a stationary bike, broken chain, a two industrial saws, razor wire, the lowering car jack, in blindfold, actually not blindfold, a virtual reality helmet, a door, and finally industrial bracing. Instruction of use the instructional usage of said cyclosaur. You get an overweight person really, you tie their hand, wrap their hands with the razor wire around their wrists, have them grab hard onto the pedals of the bike. razor wire around their waist to make sure that they are firm on the bike. Put virtual reality helmet on them. Have playing in them a sound of a motor running. Have the instructions. If you want to hear pleasant music, pedal as fast as you can. As they are pedaling as fast as they can, the murdered victim, who is actually underneath the bike with these two massive saws being pedaled away, is a thinner, more, let's just say, weaker victim, as they are stretched over literally stretched over, not like that, but crossed over, being pulled, and they can't exactly come down and protect themselves with their shoulders strapped. As I said, the straps. You can have multiple straps. Strap them here, strap them up around the crotch area. That way they can't exactly move. Crossed arms up here, being pulled, and the legs together, boom, being pulled in a torture rack-like device. As harder that this heavy person is going, trying to listen to, instead of listening to people getting brutally murdered, or blood-curdling screams, just to try to hear some beautiful, music that you can hear from the opera. Faster and faster and faster. The faster that they keep that. Eventually, the faster that the fat guy's going, and as they go up, bouncing type thing, with the motion of the going up and down, is the same, which makes it. And just seeing the guy screams, the victim underneath screams. It's not going to go. It's going to go. Either from here or from here. I think here, because just to see that coming see it come closer here, you know it's going to happen sooner. A lot more intense when it comes up here. Pedal, pedal, pedal. Little razor, multiple razor slits across here. Which would literally give someone a sore throat. But when the tire, the wheels jam into the wood after cutting through the neck, there would be a camera elsewhere. As soon as it stops, it's right across the visor. That the person themselves, in trying to trying to have like a happier, more joyful sound in his ear or her ear, they kill their best friend. Yeah. Oh yeah. And that, and I'll say it a bit later. Another one is the cattle prod floor. Several car batteries, wires touching riveted metal flooring. Just above the toe of a boot, heightened water. And that is more of a torture method. These car batteries, you don't know where the car batteries are, but it's just mainly hidden in recesses that have literally, they're insulated by wood, so things are gonna get a bit tingly, so to speak. You have to escape a mental, like an abattoir, and you just see this water. The main villain of the movie has already taken off your shoes and your socks, and your feet are bleeding. With some method of torture that they've done to you already. But as soon as you step foot into this water, and there's a bit of a sensor pad, trigger pad. Door slams right behind you, and you're literally dancing, trying to race to the other side with these sharp metal prongs going up and electrified water. And this isn't any small, from end bedroom to lounge room, 3-person long corridor. I'm talking from ward to ward with 4 wards length of corridor. A hospital. From the most northern part of the hospital grounds to the most southern part of the hospital grounds. That long. With that particular torture, you could have some sort of razor wire or broken glass handrails to try to do that sort of thing, where you're bleeding from your feet, you're getting shredded from your hands, and you're getting electrocuted from your feet, just to get away from this maniacal, torturous son of a bitch. Oh yeah. And what's another good one? Ooh, yeah. Over the ghetto pit. things you'll need are a decent length of old shopping trolleys, a Olympic-sized swimming pool, 5 of the most nastiest alligators or crocs, and it'll have to be 12 feet above the water. The execution part of it is simple. Turn the trolleys upside down and just weld a few of them strong enough to give false hope to the fleeing victim. But then one part of it, at the very end of it, 1 or 2 carts shy of the end, little pathetic ties that can just pop. Mainly do it towards the deep end of the water. And as your victims are just trying to crawl to get away from the psychopathic mass murderer, trying to get them, either splash, actually a little splash, but there's gonna be a lot of hungry men out there ready to tear you apart on the very bottom. Another one. Ooh, this is the third one. This will be the 4th. Torture, death, kill. I've thought of is the greenhouse. The things you'll need are thick plain windows, mirror, the several tiled mirrors, some metal rebar, or some metal. Assemblage is that of a long. You simply build a beautiful greenhouse. Its beauty hides its lethal ability. These poor little victims of yours, racing away, as I said, of yours as in the movie that you're creating, race away, leave the house, and just dive into this. And it said, successfully bulletproof. You have the victims lock themselves in, and your monster, your psychopathic killer, just goes.
Tonight,
I dine on human flesh. Like literally, it looks deep into like a camera type thing. Mirrors on the floor. Looking up, seeing, and they go, "What do you mean by that?" Then he, this or she, just goes, "See you at sundown, where you'll be coming as tea." As I said, instead of saying coming as tea or coming as dinner. They do like a time lapse thing, and it's on a very exposed bit of land. The house, a good football and a half away from this greenhouse. Mirrors pointing towards this house of glass. From the most eastern point, from the most western point where the sun comes from the east, to the most western point where it's the most eastern point where you can get the sun coming in from the west and north and south, just to contact the heat from the progression of the sun. The sun comes up. Your little victims are inside the thing. They look to the west, they see bright shiny thing, but then, not realizing that the sun's behind them, and it's literally a magnifying glass that they've locked themselves in. Thick glass, which means, and it's curved glass too, so you got, and it said make yourself a greenhouse, a beautiful greenhouse. Greenhouses have these curved sides. Sun's coming down, beating on the, it's intense heat coming on the back. You got the heat coming from the floor, from the mirrors, and you got the heat coming from some boom. And during the day, your victims start to cook like pigs on a spit. Sun goes down. Villain comes back, unlocks. It's a little tiny. There's like a little tiny thing, click, with a dinner tray behind him. Ah, I won't be cooking in the stove for the next few days. Go inside. You have a bit of a relaxing where you see the monster, the psychopath, eat the people that were inside this greenhouse of doom. That's about it. Four really twisted ways to torture and or kill someone. someone. And that's come from me, the dragon, Barrows. And as I say, from now on, burn!